Free the people. That's the response. Free the land. Free the land. There you go. There you go. Good to see you here tonight. And there are others, I'm sure, who are on their way. But you're here, and we're going to start up right away. Where's Elder? Elder Woods, where's he? He's going to come in, he's going to do the opening prayer. Then, Mike, we're going to do the Black National Anthem. All right.
Bow your head and let us pray. Spirit of the living God, the God of our ancestors, the God of Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, the God of Elijah Muhammad, the God of a woman called Moses, the God of the people who brought us through this thing of the Middle Passion. God, we thank you for such a time as this. Thank you for this celebration. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for what you're going to do in this place. Lift up our black people, Father God. Thank you, God, for what you're doing and what you're going to continue to do. We ask all these things in the name of our Lord and Savior. Amen.
We're going to stand right on the back of your program. Lift every voice and sing. You know what? When we do that a whole lot of times, what we do is that we don't know you need some up here, some more? Okay, I think they getting all that squared out of the way. Okay, there's some more back there. They're going to make sure you got some. All right, on the back. Okay. We're going to sing it. All you can do is read it, y'all. You don't have to act like you know it if you don't know it, right?
With my heart.
to our annual celebration. We appreciate each of you turning aside. You're going to be strengthened on tonight. I greet you on behalf of the Greater St. Stephen First Church family, who over the years, for the last 30 some odd years, have been faithful in opening the doors during the week of Kwanzaa. You can clap. There used to be a time, Brother Minister, when our churches were more responsive to our community, to our people. But I'm grateful to this congregation for their faithfulness and their willingness to open the doors and make sure that we celebrate. Ricky, I don't know of another church in Tarrant County. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know. That and the church is supposed to be responsive to the community, not responsive to the folk downtown. And so again, we appreciate your being here, and the reason why we're doing the mass thing tonight, and we do it every Sunday here, every time we meet here, is because the World Health Organization, the CDC, the only ones who have declared the pandemic over is Biden. But black folk are dying. And so we it's our responsibility to make sure that you are safe. I know how we do when we go other places, but and I'm not responsible for that, Vincent. I'm responsible for making sure that those who come into this house, that you're safe. I've asked my brother, the student minister of Mosque 52, he's going to help me with this. I'm giving the greeting, but Brother Minister Lee Mohammed, who has stood at this desk many times, because we let stuff that divide us that ought not divide us. We let stuff divide us that ought not divide us. When it's all said and done, we're descendants and children of Africa. Whether we say it or not, whether we admit it or not, or embrace it or not, that's just the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I was saying, I'm gonna do this as Brother Minister's coming. They had a issue over in Dallas, and some students from TCU had gone over there, from Bright had gone over there to that place, Raudale, and what they did is that to Friendship West, and they didn't like what was said from the pulpit. So those students wanted to protest at Friendship West because they didn't like what was said from the pulpit at Friendship West. So they called me and said, as a matter of fact, Dr. Kerry Day, who's now at Union, Dr. Day said, Doc, they're going to protest at Friendship West. And I said, that's a mistake. Because those students may see it as an LGBTQ plus issue, but we're going to see it as race. Because when all is said and done, we're going to see it as race. especially in these yet to be United States of America. So again, we welcome you. You're in good territory and in a safe place here. Come on, brother. I want you to put your hands together. Welcome, my brother. Come on. Keep doing it.
Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, Muhammad is his messenger. Baragani, peace, in hotel. I'm so happy to be at my home away from home, Greater St. Stephen's, with the great pastor, Dr. Michael Bell. Now, I want y'all to give another applause, but see, the last time y'all did it, it sounded like an Oscar applause. You know how they do it. Okay. I don't want no Oscar applause when I say this, okay? Because yesterday was Kwanzaa, yes, self-determination. Yes, sir. For somebody to be determined for 30 years to host Kwanzaa deserves a better round of applause than that. So give it up for Dr. Michael Bell. So tonight, brothers and sisters, I want to give our occasion. We're here tonight to celebrate Kwanzaa, founded by Dr. Malena Karinga, who wanted to give us a sense of our culture, our identity, our pride. So we're here tonight to do something that we don't do often enough, and that is to celebrate us. Us. Not to take away from anybody else, we just want to celebrate us. We want to celebrate our African heritage. We want to celebrate our unity as a people, our culture. And as the Dr. Malena Karinga said, we want to celebrate and not imitate the larger society. So we want to make up in our mind that we want to do it like we want to do it. Because nobody parties like we want it. Nobody celebrates like we celebrate. So we're going to celebrate our culture the way we want to celebrate it. And to be self-determined, you don't ask anybody permission to hold a holiday for you. So when you have come of age, and black people have come of age, we have matured in the womb of America. We've come of age now, so we have decided to celebrate our own holiday. And really it's a holy day because we are celebrating ourselves. So after celebration comes reminding. We are here to be reminded. We have so far went over 3 principles: umoja, unity; kujitagalia, self-determination; and tonight, ujima, collective work and responsibility. These things are to remind us, brothers and sisters, of these principles that we forgot about. At this time of year, we are being reminded of those principles that made us a great people. The principles that we stood on that allowed us to build the pyramids that white people have not been able to duplicate to this day. It is these principles that we stood on that built great civilizations like Ghana and Shanghai. It's these principles that we stand on that allowed us to become the mothers and fathers of chemistry, mathematics, science, engineering, all of these things that we take for granted. We are the fathers and the mothers of that. So tonight we are to be reminded of those principles, and if we stand on those principles again, we can duplicate what we did in the past. And so on this occasion, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna call Mr. Webster to the witness stand. Let's see what Mr. Webster said. Now, occasion, according to Mr. Webster, says a favorable opportunity or circumstance, a state of affairs that provides a ground or reason. We're here for a reason, brothers. Okay? If I can quote from the 3 greatest prophets of our time, earth, wind, and fire. They said you gotta have a reason for whatever you're doing. our time. So the reason we're here is because we want to enjoy the love of one another, the unity of one another. That is the opportunity that's in front of us tonight. The second definition is a state of affairs that provides a ground for reason, and it says an occurrence or condition that brings about a change or immediate circumstance. So if it's going to bring about a condition or change or bring something about, then we just can't look at these principles once a year. And try to out-thank each other for 7 days. Try to out-ask each other for 7 days. Once we are reminded of these principles, we have to take the spirit of Kwanzaa with us throughout the year. And if we take those principles throughout the year, and we learn about human potential, then no matter what problem we face as a people in Fort Worth, we can solve those problems together. Are our schools running amok? Is that gentrification? Is there suicide? Is there drug addiction? Well, these problems can be solved, and they have to be solved by us. So let's pick these principles back up, stand on these principles, and let's make real, lasting change. Thank you again. May God bless you. Assalamu alaikum.
So, all right then. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. So we're going to stand up, and what we're going to do is we're going to remember our ancestors, and we're going to call people whose names we know. Matter of fact, let me start off. I did it yesterday. Raise your hand if you know somebody that passed that you love. Oh, well then I shouldn't be, but it wouldn't be easy then. Those people that you say you love, can you say their name? So that's what it is when we talk about pouring the libation. You call on the spirits of our godly ancestors. That's just like anybody, right? So call on the ones that you love. And we'll start it off. I'll show you how it works. And once you say their name, we simply say, Ashe, which means I agree. All right? I pour libations for my mother, Winnie Clark. Ashe. I pour libations for my daddy, Manuel McNeil. Ashe. Talk to me, people. Say the name so we can hear you. Say it loud. Oh, baby, Ashe. Say it loud enough. What's her name? Ashe. Everybody, Ashe. Ashe. Like that, y'all. Ashe. 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 Wait, I got the brother first. Ashe. 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 Hold on. Wait, let me get Johnny. Ashe. Ashe. I like it when you tell me who they are. Ashe. My brother Flip. Ashe. Your brother who? Mac. His brother Mac. Ashe. Your pop. What's the name? Ashe. My father. Edward Young. Ashe. 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 libations for our ancestors whose names we have not said, but whose spirits we have not forgotten. We pour libations for those who died in the middle passage, that we would be here. I say, oh! And could we please pause for a moment of silence? I say. Thank you. All right, thank you.
You know what? Ricky Clark is one of the brothers in our community who's always involved in that benefits our community. Come on, let's give it up for our brother. Is Chuck here? Where's Chuck? Chuck, I can't tell. Okay, come on, Chuck.
Tonight, let us dance for the ancestors until our feet become numb, until our very fingertips began to bleed and the kora we can no longer strum, until our drums cry out for rest under the beating of our palms. Let the elders sit in red sand, sacrificing white chickens, pouring libation, offering prayers until the deities succumb, until our village is purified, until our village is purged from sin and we no longer run from the fear within to be as gods and command the moon to stand still in the night sky. Yes. Stand still long enough for us to kiss our women and children. Stand still long enough for us to paint our faces. Stand still long enough for us to sing out loud in the war cries of our tribe, running fearlessly into the fight, pulling every star from the sky, stringing it upon warpath vine, placing it about our necks. Stand still long enough for us to grab our spears, grab our shields, and run fearlessly into the fight, ripping valleys with our bloody hand, crushing mountains with our bloody feet. And at that point, when Olodumare shall rise from the secret places within, we shall wrap our hands tight around their delicate white necks. We shall look them in the eye, and with the voices of God, we shall scream, "We are more than men! We are more than men! We are more shh!" So you don't talk that kind of talk around here. That kind of talk around here get you sold and bought. Better yet, get some rope tied around your neck or some hide torn from your back. That's crazy. Always running around here talking about Africa, thinking that talk gonna make that man forget that you black hit and all. So when I tell you, well, I learned how to get the man off your back. Well, when you sing, well, you don't sing about nothing but Jesus and your heavenly crown, and you just smile. And when you dance, well, you don't dance nothing but that old cakewalk and jubilee, and you just smile. And fight, the only thing you better ever think about fighting is the sun, the dirt, the plow, the mule, and that pain in your back, and you just smile. And when they call you a nigga, well, you just bow your head and you just smile. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. See, I've been smiling all my life, son, and I'm doing fine. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, Mike. You see, this is the very essence of me and every African American. The American always smiling and bowing, and the African always angry and yearning to be free. And as these two beings battle in the badness of my womb, I'm left here confused, not knowing where to turn, where to go, or what to do. But this I know, sooner or later, one of these two must die. And my only question, my only worry, is which one? Thank you. My name is Chuck Jackson. coming from the tutelage of the Zawadi writers, brothers like D.C. Cornish, Anthony Douglas, Janine Livingston, trying to live out the legacy of people like Gil Scott Heron, Art Blakey, Sun Ra, the last poets, and really give messages to the messengers. And this poem is in dedication to those elders. These days, these entertainers, they real quick to call themselves artists, yet they real slow to write even one protest song. Maybe they're afraid they might be mistaken for Pete Seeger or Bob Dylan in blackface, so they settle for just being pawns in the game. These days, these entertainers, they got me confused. Always thought us folks who were darker than blue, some in the different hues, never knew we would be afraid of being America's little mischievous child, willing to raise the plantation mistress's skirt, exposing her bust so they would know that all this new booty is just old manufactured goods. But these days, these entertainers, they just follow suit. Maybe they done forgot about songs such as Ma Rainey's Flat Black Bottom Blues, so they settle for being injected into the butt of every joke too. See, they got your daughters believing that they woke up like that. So your daughters wake up, look in the mirror, and just want to go back to bed. They got your sons believing that they hustle hard, so your sons don't want to know hard work. They got you believing they don't F with you, but that's all they do. They were the ones who told you Barry Gordy was a project pimp, but they gave Clive Davis an NAACP Lifetime Achievement Award. They were the ones who told you, don't wear your sorority colors to the march, sister, but please march home and so watch your sorority sisters on reality TV. See, they done stole all your John Henry. Just left you with double doses of Double Dutch and Stagger Lee. Got you worried about who's singing Precious Lord Take My Hand, but you're not ever worried. I know when it's singing Mississippi Goddamn. See how they always got you raving about Simone, but not Nina? Did you forget how to crush up pieces of glass and put it in the master's food? Did you forget the sacred songs of Oya and Oshun? Have you been to the crossroads lately? Did you speak to Papa Legba? Did he baptize you in muddy waters? Did you lay you in a sun house? Did you rise up on the third with some lightning Hopkins in your step, some Selah in your chest, some Fela on your fist, some Marley in your name? Excuse me, but is that a Benny Goodman or a Miles Davis horn? Although Shirley Temple Black or Black Nicholas Brothers shoes, cause I see you smiling like Satchmo and dancing like Bojangles, but you ain't singing about the stormy weather of being black and blue, so I wonder if those are notes or nooses you are dancing to. You see, you just want me to be happy, while Marvin Gaye rolls over in his grave and cries. You see, you just want to grab yourself on stage, call yourself Picasso and Basquiat, but your heart and your veins would collapse under that much pain. You see, you just want to do Facebook challenges, but you don't want the lifestyle of Richard Pryor. You don't want the lifestyle of Matisse. Lose the ability to raise your hand so you paint the rest of life's pictures with your tongue and your teeth. You do not want to pay the price for artistry. You just want to get paid to entertain me. So dance, monkeys, dance. And shout out to Reverend Dr. Bell. He called me around 4 p.m. today. I was like, could you come out and perform? And for a person who has dedicated their time and energy to standing downtown Fort Worth, making sure our community and the people in that community get the justice that they deserve for the last 3 years, for the last 30 years, dedicating this space to Kwanzaa. When they call you and ask, can you be here last minute, you give a yes, if you can. And I'm happy to be here in support of Dr. Bell, and I'll do this one piece. You see, beauty be big, blooming, blossoming cotton buds and black hands desperately grasping at brown rope by bleeding red blood. You see, beauty be pumping, palpitating hearts held to the sky by tan hands ripped from the chest of live men on the tops of Aztec pyramids. You see, beauty Beauty be Congolese kings on their knees begging the Portuguese to continue the trade in slaves so they can continue to receive things like European food, guns, cash, and glass beads. You see, beauty be some pretty ugly things.
Yes, sir, yes.
And I only hope that one day I can be that beautiful. You see, I want to be beautiful like pieces of Abraham Lincoln skull found on the backs of theater seats. Or I want to be beautiful like MLK's face splattered upon Memphis, Tennessee balcony. Or I want to be beautiful like Fred Hampton's red American blood sprinkled upon white Indonesian bed sheets. Or maybe I want to be beautiful like the side of John F. Kennedy's head, or the cotton gin fan around Emmett Till's neck, or the hole in a Tatiana Jefferson chest. Or maybe I want to be beautiful like the hole in Philando Castile's chest, the hole in Tamar Rice's chest, the hole in Trayvon Martin's chest. Or maybe I want to be beautiful like the holes in Jesus Christ's feet and the holes in Jesus Christ's hands. Or maybe I want to be beautiful like oozing pus-filled legions on African AIDS-infected legs, or chemotherapy patients' shiny bald heads. Or maybe I want to be beautiful like black skin being baked into concrete by southern heat on Jasper, Texas streets. You see, I want to be this beautiful because I want my death to inspire life. And more than that, I want my life to inspire people like you to pick up a pen and write and carve something beautiful into this ugly thing that we call life. And if tomorrow just so happens to be the day that I draw my last breath, I ask that you simply remember this. You remember this night, that I stood behind this light, underneath these lights, and I began to recite this poetry with all the strength and energy I could muster in this life. And I ask you to remember that this is how I pray. This is how I meditate. This is my tribal offering. This is my tribal sacrifice. This is my middle way. This is the only way I know how to make this world a little bit more of a beautiful place. Thank you, guys.
Oh, you can do better than that. Give it up for this brother. Give it up for Chuck. Give it up for Chuck. Don't hate, celebrate. Give it up for Chuck. Listen, we get ready to hear from our beloved brother, Professor Griff. I'm so glad that this brother is here. I want to do a shout out to what should and we should help become an institution in Fort Worth, where the mess begins. We really need to do this. They have a table out there. I want you to stop by that table. I used to teach her at Bright Divinity School, but she and her sister have the hub of the community. And I want you to help me do something. Encourage our sister. Danya, is Danya here too? Danya's not here tonight, but Donna is. I want you to help. Raise your hand, Donna. Raise your hand. Come on. Celebrate Doc Bookshop. Stand on your feet. Celebrate Doc Bookshop. Celebrate Doc Bookshop. Brother Minister, if it wasn't for the Doc Bookshop. Celebrate the Doc Bookshop. Rick, if it wasn't for Doc. That's it. That's it. That's it. We are grateful. You know this brother. All of us know this brother. And I'm just looking forward to, as you are, to hear what this brother has to share with us, the wisdom that this brother has to share with us. You know what? I want you to stand on your feet. I'm not going to give no long introduction because you already know the brother. I want you to receive Professor Griff.
Greetings. How's everyone doing? All right, it's a beautiful thing. Some of y'all didn't even say like y'all meant it. How y'all doing? So you better act like it's Kwanzaa. Come on now. Unless you have another holiday that we can kind of get together and celebrate who we are as a people and our culture and our tradition, I'm with it. But for right now, today, let's act like we're here to celebrate. All right? Is that beautiful? Is that the plan? All right. All right. In the spirit of our ancestors and definitely with the blessings of our Creator, I want to greet everyone with a civilized greeting. Peace, shalom, hotep, assalamu alaikum. All right. And thank you, Doc. Where is he at? Thank you, Doc. I really appreciate that at the behest of our sister Donna. How you doing, sis? Long time no see. I've been coming in and out of Fort Worth at the behest of that sister for years and years and years. And we should definitely give her and her partner a round of applause. Donna. So, Doc, I really appreciate you, man, for reaching out and having me come celebrate. After hearing a brother minister over here and after hearing the poet, man, I'm inspired for real, man. You make me want to pick up the pen, bro, for real. Let's give them brothers a round of applause, man. Brother Minister, we had time, man. I was about to get into it. You should have shifted into second gear, man. I had you. For real, man. But anyway, thank y'all very much. Where's my brother, Brother Woods at? Thank you for looking out, good brother. We appreciate you, man. All right. That brother picked me up from the hotel. He was like an insurance company. You in good hands with Allstate, man. I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay, cool, I got you. Asking me, can I fit myself in luggage in a damn two-seater? I'm like, bruh. I'm like, no. I want to shout out the Pan-African Connection. Oshawa Quincy showed up last night. Our brothers from San Costa, Demond. And at the behest of our good brother, Dr. Lasana Hotep, who I've been working with for a minute, him and Dr. Khalid Del Hakim. I had the honor of setting up 250 artifacts at the bookstore to demonstrate and show the young people all of some of the things that we've accomplished. Some of the things that they've stolen from us that we have to go now return, like our sisters in Africa are doing, going back to England and to France and Germany and all of these places, artifacts, and demanding that they return those treasures back to the African continent. Yeah, you should be clapping. But deeper than that, they stole something from us that we have to now go through these traditions and go through these rituals and come together and celebrate holidays like this so we can begin to return it. Yes, sir. So we can return back to our original selves. Right. The original black man and woman. Right. All right? And then we need to let the world know that we don't have to shout it from the mountaintop. All we have to do is just be. Right. Yeah. That's it, just be. Right. And while I'm on that point, it's a process, pardon me, that when you in this idea of believing, which is a beautiful thing, because most of the times, that's where it starts. Yeah. This whole idea of belief. But brothers and sisters, I want to humbly say from the depths of me, we got to move out of belief. Yeah. All right? Right. Take belief and use it as the foundation to work to build in the pyramid of self. Yeah. So we're going to use belief, and then we got to move into the realm of knowing. Yes. Yes. Once we move out of the realm of knowing, we got to move into the realm of being. Yeah. Are you following what I'm saying? Yes. And then once we move into the realm of being, the world will recognize they already know who we are. It's just that we don't know who we are. Yeah. I mean, to a degree. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? And once we get to that point, it's a beautiful thing. Once we get to that point, this place will be jam-packed. They'll be waiting to get in. Yeah. Because we will know who we are at that particular point, and then they will want to come get inspired by the poet and the brother minister and your beautiful presence. So give yourselves a round of applause. Can we do that? I want to thank my good brother Zach, who's sitting over here. Brother has some blessed hands. He's a surgeon. He's worked on thousands of patients, but he's a humble brother. Yes. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. He didn't come and travel with me for a couple of days while I was here to do security. The man is a doctor. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that. Yeah. He says, no, while you in Texas, you understand what I'm saying? This is my watch. I got you, Griff. Let's give the brother a round of applause. You see, that spirit is reflective of how I live my life. I don't know you, sister, but as long as you're in my presence, you understand what I'm saying? I got you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how we should be with all of the women, all of the children. Are you following what I'm saying? Whether we know them or know them not. All right? So I'm going to dive into some things, and I'm not expecting all of us to immediately understand, resonate with, or even know what I'm talking about. Just take bits and pieces of the sandwich, pack it up, and save it for later. Get it to go box. Can we do that? No, I'm serious. Get it to go box, take it home, put it under the microscope, and say, okay, now I understand what Professor Griff is saying. Because every blade of grass don't grow at the same rate of speed. Am I right or wrong? There's some things that you can understand now, but it may hit you, or you hear it today, it may hit you 2 weeks from now. All right? But what I ask you to do is just don't dismiss it. How are you going to dismiss something that you know absolutely nothing about any old way? Are you following what I'm saying? All right. I really appreciate that. So what I want everyone to do is just kind of get comfortable. Buckle yourself in for a minute. But before we buckle ourselves in, everybody find a very unfamiliar face. Can we give them some dap, elbow, something? Can we do that? Everybody stand up. Come on now. But bro, I'm at to know where you get your hair cut, because I'm there in a minute, bro. 62 years old. It's like, yeah. For real. Come on, man, that's young. For real. Anyway, let's dive into this. There's just a few things I want to put on. I'm not going to keep you because I know some of us have to go to work. We have other things that we have to do. And then a lot of times we put too much on people. It's a whole lot to take in. Then we got to wrestle with it. You want slide number 84, the person's wrestle with slide number 7. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And a lot of times we put so much on people they get kind of weary and punch drunk. Yeah. All right, so let's just dive into this. So there's a few slides I'm just going to skip over and dive right into that. I am not going to go into the concept of Kwanzaa, because if you're sitting in this audience, the beautiful job that the brothers and sisters have already done to kind of explain it, they did a very thorough job. Yeah. All right, but I am going to challenge you with what we are supposed to be doing with this particular principle in the Gssfc. Yeah. All right, so I think that's a healthy thing, to challenge one another, to challenge each other. Yeah. All right, can we do that? Yeah. All right, cool. Let me see if this works. All right, it's this idea of Kwanzaa given to us by Maulana Karim. And Maulana simply means teacher, so let's just not, we don't have to get tongue-tied with that. But the whole idea of Kwanzaa and this first fruit of the harvest, all right, on a metaphysical level, all right, can we just process the idea of us harvesting the spirit and the soul of who we are as an individual. And bringing that forth as opposed to fruits and vegetables and that kind of thing. It's the winter time now, and now is when we pull everything in. We've already planted, all right? It's already sending the shoot down in order to find a water source. In order to, when springtime comes, we should see the harvest. Am I right or wrong? Right. But let's look at the self. Would that happen? Is that happening with the self? Come on, bro. All right? Next year, we should not be these same individuals that we are today. Am I right or wrong? You got to be a better you, right or wrong? What are you doing during the winter, during the darkness, to bring about a better you in the springtime of next year? What are we doing? Did we plant the seeds already? And if we did, what seeds did you plant? You know you to a degree. Am I right or wrong? You know what seeds you need to plant to go back into the self. All right? In order to pull those things out of the self to make you a better person. Am I right or wrong? Okay. Our good poet here. All right? Even this brother would have to go back in the self and pull out that next poem. We don't know it right now. But he might pull it from his experiences. Am I right or wrong? Something may inspire him to go back in himself and pull out that next piece. 7 principles. That concept of the number 7 is very important. We're not going to go too deep. All right? But we have to break just a few things down. All right? Like I said, I'm not going to go into, I kind of need to talk about that. Hold on one second. Before we talk about the collective work and the responsibility. All right, here we go. If that's Obama texting somebody, tell them I'll hit him back a little bit later on. What I want to challenge us to do today in this collective work and this responsibility, let's just understand that concept, period. What is the collective work that we need to do? And I'm going to ask some very serious questions, and don't look at the person, someone else. Let's just look at the self. Is that cool? Yeah. When we talk about collective work, what work have you done for anyone this year other than yourself? Come on. When Doc went out with the members of the church to go out and stand on the corner to protest, to stand up for our sister that got taken down by a beast. You understand what I'm saying? Did you ride with the brother? That's collective work. Are you following me? Is that not the collective work? Did we put ourselves on the line like our ancestors put themselves on the line to see that we could sit in a nice, comfortable church and even have this conversation? Where's the collective work? What have we done for anyone else other than ourselves? And then, did we take the responsibility? What is the term responsibility? Responsibility, the ability to respond. Meaning to bind back to, but to bind back to what? Our ancestors have done a marvelous work. We are here. Wait, I'm going to say that again. We're here. I mean, that's a gigantic concept, man. All that we've been seeing, if you don't know the history, if that wouldn't have hit you in your heart chakra. You'd be like, I don't care. I see what you're saying. No, we're here. After all that we've been through. And as I tell people about my personal life, I'm still standing. I'm here and I'm still standing. All that I've been through in my personal life, I'm still standing. We're still standing. We're still here. Are you following what I'm saying? So the idea now of building this pyramid of self to activate the self, untying the spiritual knot. All right? I've grown to the point now at 62 years old, and it took a few bumps and bruises, me bumping my head a few times, that I've developed a spirit now to know and understand that I've set in motion this concept and this idea of working with the willing. If you're willing, brother minister, when I come back to town, let's hook up and let's do something together. If you're willing, but I know you're willing, because I went through that process that when you went through. Doc, I know you're willing. Are you following what I'm saying? We just need to meet one another halfway. How dare us to be insulting of our ancestors that you are drowning and the ancestors are throwing you a life raft and you refuse to take it. Come on, family. So we have to untie the spiritual knot that got us bound up into thinking that our church is the best church and the only church. Our club. You understand what I'm saying? We have to be able to now reach out our hands to somebody that probably don't have the same faith or belief the way we believe. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
We're given the concept of the 7 principles. So let's imagine the number 7. Brother Minister has the 6 and 1. Doc got the 4 and 3. Other doc over here got the 5 and 2.
Yes,
Somebody got the 7 and 0. All roads lead to thee, right or wrong. All roads lead to the number 7. I don't mind that concept.
Yeah.
I see some handsome brothers in the room. Some of y'all got beards, some of y'all are buff, some of y'all got locks. But we all handsome, right or wrong.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, all God's children of the Most High God. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
So I say all roads lead to thee. Knowing and becoming your purpose on purpose.
Yeah.
Some of y'all have done it by accident. In the age of discovery of who you are.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? This is why the Creator put it in Maulana Karenga to step forth to put it and codify it in 7 principles. So at least this week, all right, after you don't spend all your money on Satan Claus, this week at least, I'm sorry, there's something wrong with the mic. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, I'm just saying to you, at least this week we can hit the reset button. Are you following me? Can we do that? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Some of y'all act like you still ain't got the Christmas tree up there. Shut up. And it's always the one that's the loudest in the room. Still got the leftover ham sandwiches. Anyway, to affirm and then to reaffirm.
Yeah.
All right? What was your affirmation this morning? Unless you woke up the same person you was yesterday.
Yeah.
Because you on automatic pilot, you're going to renew yourself anyway. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
But you got to affirm that and then you got to reaffirm that. All right? What was your affirmation? Think to yourself. I'm going to give you a minute. Think to yourself. What was that affirmation when you, all right, look in your tiredness, hair, nappy, walking in the bathroom, looking and having to come face to face with yourself in the mirror? What did you affirm and then what did you reaffirm?
Yeah.
And that's what we should ponder as we go through these 7 days, these 7 principles.
Yes.
And did you know on the last day, January 1st, we have to be very creative and do something and give gifts, something that we've made with our hands? What have you created? No, come on now. What have you created?
Yeah.
That you can pass on and then demonstrate that to young people. Because how else are they going to get it?
Yeah.
By osmosis? None. We have to be able to create something, come back here to the church and give the gifts. And then give thanks to the Creator. Am I right or wrong? All right. And I'm saying all that to say this because when we have the task of defending who we are as a people to remain on this planet, I love to say it, but at the same time, every time I say it, it sends a chill not only through me, but I'm watching the body language of the people in the room. Blood debts must be paid in blood.
Right.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it.
Right.
Our sister that got shot down,
Yeah.
that could not have been my blood. Because blood debts must be paid in blood. Now, a lot of times it's hard for people to wrap their brain around that particular concept. I'm not, if that happened to my daughter, or my niece, or my cousin, I'm not going to be the parent on the news when they stick the microphone in my face on, you know, so-and-so was a good child, and they did that, and I forgive them, and we're just going to invite them and come pray. That's not going to be correct. I'm not built that way.
Yeah.
I'm just not built that way. Now, that may be you, but I'm just not built that way. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later on, right? Just a little bit later on. Collective work and responsibility. So let me dive into this. All right? Until the lions have the historians, the tales the hunt shall always glorify the hunter. Can you imagine, Don, telling your story from your perspective? About someone was hunting you? This makes me think of all the brothers and sisters that the poet had mentioned that got shot down with bullet holes in them. You understand what I'm saying? Can you imagine hearing their cries from the realm of the ancestors that still inspire us. Can you imagine hearing their cries? Can you imagine hearing their story? What would their story sound like? What's the sister's name? Tatiana?
Yeah.
Can you imagine hearing her story? I was in my own home, or my family's home, minding my own business, cleaning up, doing whatever I was doing, and got shot down and murdered. Really didn't even see the murderer. So until the Lions have their historians, the tale of the hunt shall always glorify the hunter. What makes us think that the conqueror and murderers and the colonizers are not going to write themselves and write in history the tale of the hunter and write them as the victims? Come on now. So now, I'm going to challenge you. Where's our historians that's going to tell the tale and the story of our sister Tatiana? Are you bold enough to do that? Our story needs to be told to us by us. All right? If you're not brave enough to sit down to support the elder in the village, someone needs to stand up and tell our story to us by us. How else are young people going to get it? Our story needs to be told to us by us. Now I'm about to say something that I know some people might have to wrestle with. There shall be no God before me. There shall be no God for me or before me. I am God having a human experience called grief. I stand on it and I'm going to die on it. If we have an ocean and I'm yet a drop in that ocean, am I not yet aspects of the Creator? Him and herself? Come on, talk to me. Am I right or wrong? Come on. Yeah, that was about a -2 on the applause meter, but that's cool. I'm just throwing it out there. I told you there might be some things that you might not wrestle with, because the scripture teaches that all God's children of the Most High God. All right, but if I was a child, one day I got to grow up, right or wrong. Okay. You remember Micah X. Johnson? Micah X. Johnson was the brother who they said gunned down police officers right downtown Dallas. Several weeks prior to that, I had met Micah Johnson, and we took a picture together. And Professor Smalls, I think, took the picture of us, and I explained this to the audience last night. Wait, hold on for a second. Let me go back. All right, this is the picture that we took. Micah Johnson went home and put it up on his Facebook page. Then weeks later, when Micah Johnson went out and gunned down the police, all right, they started doing the background check of who this individual is. And me and his picture came up. And they said he didn't have too many pictures on the Facebook page, but my picture with him came up. So guess who they wanted to contact? Man, I got out of Dodge. I don't trust them people like that.
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I told the audience last night, you can pull up my phone records and see whether or not me and him had conversation. All right, I mean, these some sophisticated snoopers, man. They know everything that we're saying. And some of y'all still doing that stuff on the cell phone, don't think they got access to it. Yes, they do. And Doc had a conversation earlier, man. You saying? People on these daggone Zoom calls just giving all their business. And when the Zoom call goes up in the cloud, they review it, then they send it to you. Come on, y'all. Let's be smarter than that. We got to be wiser than that. So they know I didn't have any contact with this brother. Don't know the brother. You understand what I'm saying? And that's not my get down anyway. You understand what I'm saying? All right, let me move past that. This thing is moving kind of slow because I'm clicking it. It's just moving when it wants to move. I'm giving thanks for my Baba, Professor James Moore. Let's give him a round of applause. Spirituality is being conscious of reality. All right? As Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, and I have to mention the brother. Come on, man. On the Public Enemy record, he says, have you forgotten that once we were brought here, we were robbed of our names, robbed of our language. We lost our religion, our culture, our God, and many of us by the way we act. We even lost our minds. That's actual fact. And some of us still have not found our minds. All right, I don't care how many Kwanzaa events and how many other events that we have. I'm saying that to say this. Everybody ain't gonna make it, family. Some people just don't want to make it. They just going for the ride because the ride looks fun. Are you following me? All right, we must be intentional about our rituals and our traditions. Are you following me? This little skirmish that happened earlier, y'all better than me, man. I'm gonna leave that right there on the table. Y'all a lot better than me. I'm just a nice Professor Griff that y'all are saying, man. For real. I'm gonna leave that up to you, Doc. This is your house. All right, but anyway. It's a very real dynamic because right now, you think you're not on the list? Your name right up on the mind? Donna? Doc? Brother Woods? You don't think your name? Zach? Your name right up on the mind. These people don't play. They've been doing this for a long time and they're good at it. Are you following me? Everybody that rolled with you downtown to protest, they got facial recognition software and they've been working on that for years, at least 30 years, because I've been teaching it for 20. And it's sophisticated now. I mean, they got it so sophisticated, Brother Minister, they got facial recognition software that can see beyond the mask.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Points on your facial structure, the way you walk. You understand what I'm saying? Voice stress analyst. So when you talk, you remember the commercials that Whitney Houston used to do? The True Voice? Who was it for AT&T? They got voice analysts now. That measure the intonation of your voice. So when you speak, they know who's talking.
That's right.
I think Facebook or PayPal, we recognize your voice and from the phone number so and so and so and so, is this yada yada yada, say yes. You understand what I'm saying? They know who's talking. They know exactly who they're talking to and who they're dealing with. So the FBI tracks and arrests black identity extremists and hardly anyone talks about it. Well, we've been talking about it. All right? Let me move past that. A man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. That's a very real dynamic. Because I want to show you. You mind if I come down here? Because this thing is moving slow. I'm from New York, man. I'm on a different kind of vibration. This thing's moving too slow for me. All right. The truth is the new hate speech. During times of universal deceit, telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act. All right. Try telling the truth at the family reunion or the Thanksgiving dinner. All right. Or the Christmas dinner. Try telling that same poem, bro, at the family reunion and see what happens. All right. It's the new hate speech, man. There's a sacred energy guiding you that lately you've been distancing yourself from who and what no longer serves your best interest. If it don't serve you, brothers and sisters, then we shouldn't be dealing with. You know how many real friends I have right now? I can fit them in my back pocket. That's it. Because some of us are foolish enough to think that the 4,000 friends that we have on Facebook is really our friends. They ain't your friend. If that's the case, this room should be packed. Am I right or wrong? Anyway, it lowers your vibration. Instead, you've now become attracting and manifesting who and what serves you, elevates you, nourishes you, and inspires you to vibrate on a higher level. And I want to tell the young women in the room right now, if we're not connected here, then we're not connected. See, but the problem is, when we meet one another, we don't connect here first. So by the time we get down here, all right, it's a couple of years later, we need to spiral up. I mean, down. You're spiraling down upwardly. We need to spiral downwardly. You understand what I'm saying? So we can understand every layer of this thing. So we need to understand that real quick, real fast, starting tonight. Our good brother gave us this body of work. We affectionately call it the Code. All right, the United Independent Compensatory Code by Neely Fuller. Let's give him a round of applause. Dr. Francis Cress Wilson gave us this working definition of racism and white supremacy. I'm going to run it through real quick. Racism and white supremacy is a local and global power system and dynamic structure that maintained by persons who classify themselves as white, whether consciously or subconsciously determined. That's important, because most of us are still operating on the subconsciously trying to determine it. Yeah. When these people show us every single day who and what they are. Yeah. Maya Angelou said, when people tell you who they are, believe them the first time. Yeah. It don't take time after time after time to believe these people when they tell you who they are. Yeah. They not only tell you who they are, they demonstrate who they are. Yeah. But why can't we come together and demonstrate who we are to them? Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. Which consists of patterns of perception, logic, symbol formation, thought, speech, action, and emotional response as conducted simultaneously in all areas of people activity. And they are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war for the ultimate purpose of white genetic survival to prevent white genetic annihilation. Yeah. So brothers and sisters, we here. We gonna be here. Yeah. We got this beautiful thing called melanin. We gonna be here. Yeah. All right? We just need to activate it. That's all. Yeah. Black people are the mothers, fathers of civilization. We have a system of white supremacy because children have taken over the house. And children actually running the house. Yeah. They just got here. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Yeah, that chapter in her book, the 9th chapter, if you have the book, go home and read it. That's some language I can't use in the church. But nonetheless, our ancestor, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, gave us that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But I want to respect the church. Our good brother, Dr. Ishaka Musaberry Shank, let's give that ancestor a round of applause. He gave us the African people in European holidays, which actually promotes a mental genocide. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And we need to understand their holidays, because their holidays binds us back to them and who they are as a people. Yeah. Black people on the 4th of July, black people on St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving, and then Kwanzaa. It's empty room. Yeah. Because we're not in the spirit of celebrating who we are, celebrating the self. Yeah. This place should be packed with young people. Because we need to demonstrate to young people. Are you following what I'm saying? Yeah. Why do we need to do this? Because Black History Month roll around. Yeah. It's already cold. It's going to get colder. Yeah. All right, and then we got to deal with that. But let's look at Black History Month. What happens on the first week? Super Bowl. Second week, the Grammys. Third week, the All-Star Game. Fourth week, the Oscars. When do you have time to celebrate Black History Month? Yeah. Come on. Come on, talk to me. Yeah. We don't. These people know exactly what they're doing. Yeah. All right? Everyone. I met this handsome brother right here yesterday, and I told the brother I did a talk about the foundational books that we should have in our libraries. Yes. I notice nowadays I go to some people's homes, they don't even have libraries. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. If you don't have a library, there's something wrong with that picture, man. Yes. Come on. Yes. A library and an altar where you can go to, kneel down, and at least be quiet to get with yourself. All right? But we have to have a library. Yeah. Our brothers and sisters and our ancestors have sacrificed themselves to leave us this body of work. The least we can do is take the book off the shelf and read it, and then make it applicable to our lives and our children's lives. Yeah. Come on. All right? I will leave that on the table. We cannot change ourselves unless we change the way we are of our thinking. It is actually thought that changes us, because it starts with the thought. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad. All right? All right, so let's talk for a minute. To go back to the first tradition forward, all right? This is Sankofa. We're standing in the present, yet we're moving forward. We always have to go back and fetch it. But go back to fetch what? What are we going back to fetch? All right? Right. They knew what they was doing. They knew who they was bringing over. They brought over gods and goddesses on the ships. Am I right or wrong? Yeah. Engineers, doctors, oracles, scientists. This is who they brought over, because we came over here and met our brothers and sisters who were already here, got together and built this country. And we need to understand that particular dynamic and how that works. All right? Sankofa. All right? stand back here because this thing is not moving. I got it. To know thyself is to know God.
Yeah.
All right? And that God comes through the womb of the goddess.
Oh, yeah.
If you fix your mouth, brother, in 2022, 2023, and moving forward to disrespect sisters, all right, we're going to start talking, entertaining you.
Yeah.
No, seriously, in a nice, polite way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I see the gender wars going on online, and it hurts me to my soul, man. And I don't want to bring up individuals' names, but this gentleman that passed away recently, Kevin Samuels, passed away, then it gave birth to about 400 more of them.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Talk about high-valued men.
Yeah.
Well, if we change the degree of what we're putting the value on, all of us are high value. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
You just need to change what you're putting the value on.
Right.
Instead of riches and money and cars and homes and nice suits, how about we put the value on integrity?
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
Put the value in what's the last book you read. Last person you helped. Let's put the value there and see how rich you look, how rich you are. Are you following me? Act like it's hard to get a $150 pair of sneakers. Come on, that ain't hard. A nice watch and a coat. That's not difficult, man.
Yeah.
Every birth is the rebirth of an ancestor. All right, so this is where the rubber meets the road. And I don't want anyone to think I'm picking on you directly if I look in your direction. All right? What is your assignment?
Yeah.
The assignment about it that the Creator deposited in you. What's your assignment?
Yeah.
Think about that. What are you here for?
Yeah. Come on.
What's your assignment?
Yeah.
Everybody that was born and put on the planet came at a certain particular time. Am I right or wrong? At the time that the Creator needed you to be here. But for what purpose? What's your assignment? And are you carrying out your assignment? Doc, I know you're carrying out your assignment because you're the reason why I'm here. You too, Donna. You too, Brother Woods. We need the rest of us. Brother Minister, the poet. What's your assignment, though?
Yeah.
We need to carry out our assignment, man. The poet is responsible for his words.
Yeah.
When he said he stands before this microphone, that ain't an easy thing to do. Come before our people to talk to our people, whether you're rhyming or you're teaching. It's not an easy thing to do. What is your assignment? The whole idea of rediscovering yourself within yourself.
Yeah.
When's the last time we did that? When's the last time you went back into the self and came up with a new aspect of who you are?
Yeah.
Am I talking too fast? Okay. Who is the most important person in this room? You thinking about that? You are the most important, not me. You're the most important person in this room, right? You got to take bits and pieces of this sandwich. Well, it's probably like a big, long, kind of 6 foot long joint, but you got to take bits and pieces of it, all right, to nourish yourself, to nourish your spirit and your soul. All right, some of y'all might not like tomatoes or the cheese I got on it or the lettuce. Take that off.
Yeah.
All right, keep chewing on it though.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, something's gonna resonate with you. But you're the most important person in this room. I was on the flight coming here, and thank God it was a Delta flight.
Yeah.
Because Spirit got people on lock right now. I see people with blankets in the airport. But anyway, that's another story. When the captain comes over the loudspeaker and says that we hit air pressure loses in the cabin, and when the oxygen masks drop down, who do you put it on first? Yourself. Right or wrong? Then you worry about the person next to you.
That's it.
There's nothing wrong with looking out for the self. We just don't turn that into being selfish.
Yeah.
So, you following me? All right. Look out for the self. There's nothing wrong with that. You are the best person at being you.
Yeah.
No, come on, think about it. You're the best person at being you, right? But we're busy trying to be other people.
Yeah.
Thanks to the poet who dropped us on and let us know we too busy trying to celebrate celebrities who don't care nothing about you. They really don't. We need to understand that concept. You're the best person at being you. Be you.
Yeah.
All right? I'm not going to be too much longer. What did the Creator deposit in you that he or she did not deposit in anyone else? Have you figured out what that gift is? What did the Creator deposit in you? So I'm just saying, connect with that and step with your left foot forward and begin to become All right? Whatever the Creator deposited in you. Now listen, your family and your friends may not understand your moves. Because the Creator didn't deposit that in them, they deposited it in you, right or wrong. So don't be looking at me sideways. I'm on my job. I'm here. This is what I was designed to do. Are you following me? And y'all see me way back in the day with the public enemy thing. I ain't taking no mess then. I'm 62-year-old now, and I don't take no mess now. I used to tell them, let me stop. Anyway, I was about to tell you what I tell them to their face. They minute crackers saw us coming and they were scared. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We came on stage with guns, like straight up, like, look, move. Sound man, turn it up. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go. We came on with sirens, let people know this is an emergency. All right, what was the emergency? We going after our people, man. That was our work. You understand what I'm saying? Flavor Flav and all. Anyway. Does your purpose tie in with your life path, your gifts, and your divine assignment? With what you do every single day, does it line up? Like your chakras, your energy centers. Does it line up? We can't be this contradictory self, the alter self, the shadow self. All right? We have to be very, laser focused on what we need to do. And everything that we do needs to line up. Words need to line up with the action. All right? And the best way you can tell is what you do when no one is watching. You ever think about that, bro? The real you comes out when no one's around. And then you have to get with yourself. You say, you know something? I'm better than that, man. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I shouldn't have did that. So that's you checking you. You understand what I'm saying? Beautiful, beautiful church that we in, man. But you are the real church.
That's right. That's right.
The Creator God lives in you. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
The moment I realize that God or Goddess is sitting in the temple of every human body, the moment I stand in reverence before every human being to see the God or the Goddess in him or her, at that particular moment, I am free from bondage. Everything that binds vanishes. I am free. I am that I am. All right, the divinity in me salutes and celebrates the divinity in you.
That's it.
Just with that concept alone, that prevents me from raping, robbing, and killing you.
Come on.
Just with that alone. Am I right or wrong? And let me pause and say that I meant what I said earlier, sisters. On my watch, if I'm anywhere in your presence, you safe with me. And I'm just telling you, I don't care who it is. You understand what I'm saying? And I think every man should take that approach, regardless. Whether you agree with a philosophy, a hairstyle, or shape, or weight, or whatever. Nonetheless, we'll talk about all that other stuff a little bit later on. Right now, are you safe? We good? Okay. I think we need to take that approach. All right. Can I kind of put something on your mind real quick? I said this last night, and some people were looking at me cross-eyed. It's a very deep concept, because if we're going to dive back into what Maulana Karenga gave us by pulling from African concepts to put together a concept called Kwanzaa in Gssfc, he pulled from what we had already did in the past in different African cultures. Are you following me? Okay. Part of my assignment, I'm the Minister of Information. I put together, now listen, brothers and sisters, the people showed up and showed out last night, and they bought all of the books. So I'm going to make a list back there on everyone that want one. I'll give you all a link on where to purchase it. But I put a book together called You Are the Song That You Sing. All right, so let me just kind of run this down real quick, and then I have a very important question to ask you now, and then I'm going to ask you after I finish doing this. Is that cool? Everyone in the room have a favorite song? Oh, you don't know? Huh? You said a couple of them? You have a favorite song, bro? Okay. Damn, who said that? Okay. There's a tribe called the Himba tribe. The culture that summons the baby into the womb by singing. I need y'all to work with me on this one. Did you read what it said? The culture that summons the baby into the womb by singing. Grandma sang. We sang on the plantation. You understand what I'm saying? We sang songs of freedom. We let our voices ring. But this tribe called the Himba tribe, all right, brought their children into existence by singing.
Yeah.
All right? Of all of the African tribes still alive today, the Himba tribe of Namibia in southern Africa is one of the few that counts the birth date of the children, not from the day they are born, nor conceived, but the day the mother decides to have them. No, y'all didn't hear what I said.
Yeah.
The day you entered the thought of having a child, that's the child's birthday. So then even now when we see the child, you say, no, that child been here before. Because you thought about it before.
Yeah.
Come on now, give yourselves a round of applause. Come on now. When a Himba woman decides to have a child, she goes off and sits under a tree, alone. And she listens until she can hear the song of the child who wants to come. So the child is already putting the song out in the netters, all right, in nature. So she sits under a tree and she collects them notes, all right, to understand what that song is, and then she learns the song sitting under a tree alone. So now her and the child that's not here yet knows the song.
Yeah.
All right? Hold on now. I need you to chew on that for a second. When the Himba lady decides it's time to have the baby on a windy day, she goes and finds a palm tree where she lays under to relax for a while. And she lies there. She listens carefully to the sound of the wind in hopes of hearing a song. This song is no ordinary song. It is the fact that it is a very special song of a particular spirit baby that desires to be born at a particular time. The child decides to be born at a particular time because already the child has what I asked you earlier, their assignment.
Yeah.
They're coming on the planet when they're supposed to come on the planet for a particular thing. Are you following me?
Yeah.
At the peak of what was going on in hip-hop, we had an assignment to come together. And we collectively came together and put a music out. Not that was going to make us rich because we was going against the grain. Are you following me?
Yeah.
But that was our assignment. We had to carry it out. Anyway, after she hears the song of this child, she comes back to the man who will be the child's father and teaches him the song. When they make love to physically conceive the child, they sing the song of the child as a way of inviting the child, all right, into this physical realm. When she becomes pregnant, the mother teaches that child's song to the midwives and to the old women of the village, so that when the child is born, the old women and the people gather around him and her and sing the child's song to welcome him or her into the physical realm.
Yeah.
Think about that. I sat in the ass circle where when I met my wife to be, she took me to meet her family, and they sat me in the center of the circle to ask me questions. Yeah, I barely survived that, sis. For real. As the child grows up, other villagers are taught the song, the child's song. If the child falls or gets hurt, someone picks the child up and sings that song. The child goes astray. The child's getting in trouble. The child has very important events, rituals in their life. All right, tradition that we press upon them in their life. All right, they sing the song. So now I'm going to ask you again, what is your favorite song? It's because you are the song that you sing. What song is that, though? I'm working my way back around to you, poet. What's the song? You understand what I'm saying? What's the song of these entertainers that are singing right now? That's resonating with young people, but it don't resonate with us. It actually makes me sick for real.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Just the vibration and the spirit of it makes me sick.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the demonic frequencies and tones in the song, matched with the European word on top of that, causing cognitive dissonance. It bothers my spirit, man, for real. We had a very warm thing that we set in motion using this concept. It was a frequency called the 432 hertz, which is a very warm frequency. That's the frequency that you hear the birds are on. The ocean is on, the wind is on. Your mama's mama, when they sang to you, when they cleaned up the house on Saturday morning, that's that frequency. But we've lost that. We've lost that. And young people don't even know what that sounds like nowadays. We so far away from using natural instruments or just instruments, period, that we can breathe into the instruments, we can breathe life into it and express ourselves. They don't have that because they've never experienced that. And I'm going to say what I said last night. We need to create the environment where the young ones can express themselves with no fear. Are you following me? Some traumatic things have been going down over the last 10, 15 years. You don't think children feel it? See how we move? You don't think they feel it when they hold our hands? When we hug them? They feel the trauma like we feel it.
That's right.
They just don't know how to express themselves.
That's right.
I'm not going to be long.
Take your time.
So the birthing song, all right? In marriage, the song, don't they have the first dance, the newly husband and wife? What song is that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Now listen, don't get me wrong. This ain't a couple's thing. This is your song. I mean, the couple can get together and try to do a remix of something, but yo, this is your particular song, your individual song. All right, give me a minute. In the marriage, the songs are sung together, and finally, when the Himba tribesmen and tribeswomen lay in the bed ready to die at the villages, that they know that that person's song needs to be sung to send that person off. All right, and this is the birthing song, the song that we birth our children into being when the child is ready to come to birth. Now I'm going to skip over some things real quick. I'm going to move back to my laptop and skip over some things. But if you could just kind of see that, those of y'all that are under 40 can see that. All right? We're looking at, now National Geographic put this out. All the way from, hold on for a second, let me go back. All the way from the griots on the continent, the storytellers. We don't even tell the stories no more. All right? From the griots all the way through the slave era. All right? All the way through the blues and the jazz and the R&B, which don't stand for Reagan and Bush, it stands for rhythm and blues, which gave birth to rock and roll, soul music. All right? And then we took all of that and put it in a big barrel, stirred it up, and that became hip hop. All right? And then some things sprung off of that. All right? And then young people came along and took hip-hop, smashed it, and kind of like didn't take it to the laundromat. They ended up with drill and trap and all that other stuff. All right? Let me move forward. The chemistry of God. Alchemy is to transmute the lead of the ego, your desire, into the spiritual gold of your consciousness. And then metaphysics is the science that attempts to bring the spiritual and the physical aspects of life together. I'm going to move real quick. The method to fuse oneself with God. All right, ye are all God's children of the Most High God. Unlearning all the false information we have been programmed with that takes time. It takes time and patience to undo these things. You are the temple. All right? So each generation must, out of relative obscurity, discover its mission, fulfill it, or betray it. If you don't know who you are, then we are whatever somebody else says we are. Whatever they say we are, we are. We don't know who we are. We have to establish that. All right? So our good brother, Anthony Browder, gave us this book, The Now Valley Contributions to Civilization. All right? Do not deceive yourself. To thy own self be true. Once again, to thy own self be true, but we don't have to be selfish. We can think of the self. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Let's disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. Teach them. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Real dangerous. Especially if you don't have a Baba. No one to hold you accountable for what you think you might know. A person who knows and knows not that they know is asleep. Awaken them. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All of these persons reside in you. Know thyself. Alright? And to Ma'at, truth, balance, justice, and reciprocity. Be true. Be true to yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. Alright, let me skip over some things. Control your thoughts, control your actions. Alright? Have your purpose on purpose. I'm not going to read them all. I wanted to skip over some of these things. For young people, the further these people dig into our history, the blacker it gets. And we got to understand that particular dynamic. Alright? Even when we look at the symbols, we have to be able to become symbol literate, which Ashwa Kwesi and Mary Kwesi, let's give them a round of applause. Can I give you all an example of that? This is a picture of Africa. Alright, this is the up-south concept. Alright? So when we're talking about going back and looking back into the self, back into the interior of Africa, we never look up to Europe. Europe was at our backside. Are you following me? So we have to understand this particular concept. They've turned it upside down on us. This is why we're confused to a degree. Alright? History is a lie. Religion is a control system. Money is a hoax. Debt is fiction. Media is the manipulation. Government is corporation. The system is a lie. We have to understand it because people are waking up. So now the idea, let me finish in a second, this concept of woke, it was a thing that we was kind of throwing around, but when the other people heard it, they took it and made it into a political, and used it as a political attack against us because they saw you waking up. So then they took woke and turned it into something else. Now they got legislation and laws. The anti-woke bill. That's a hell of a thing, man. The anti-woke bill, because you're waking up, they see you waking up. And then one of our brothers, how you doing, good brother? One of our brothers responded because there's a shift happening. The world's people are waking up from the spell. Do not be distracted by negative agendas, false news, low frequency foods, low frequency entertainment, nor by any of the demons busy at work. Transformation is underway regardless within inside of you. It's happening, it's bubbling up. Sometimes you fight against it. You understand what I'm saying? Right now as we speak, as you read this, it is real. Trust it. Honor it, nurture it, cultivate it, protect it. This shift is happening right now, and there ain't nothing we can do about it. I'm going to love you regardless. There ain't too much you're going to do about it. Because hearing the poet inspires me. You've been here with me tonight with the invitation, Donna Doc, all right? Inspires me. Brother Minister inspires me. So the next place I go to speak out, I'm inspired. Because I'm determined to be free by any, every, and all means necessary. Are you following me? Yeah, y'all can give me 2 more, at least 10 more minutes, we be good. Y'all seen this movie, right? What happened?
Come on now. Do you have your theater? Do you have your cozy clothes?
Got that.
What?
Do they know I'm black?
Should I?
You might wanna, you know.
Mom and Dad, my black boyfriend will be coming up this weekend. I just don't want you to be shocked that he's a black man.
I ain't never seen you like this before, bro.
Meeting family, taking road trips. Don't come back all bougie, man.
Come back and got your damn hands up to your damn stomach.
So you guys coming up from the city?
Yeah, we're just heading out for the weekend.
Can I see your license, please?
He wasn't driving.
I didn't ask who was driving. I asked to see his ID.
Call me Dean in a hurry, my man.
So how long has this been going on, this thing? We hired Georgina and Walter to help care for my parents. When they died, I couldn't bear to let them go.
Jeez,
My daughter,
Let it quit.
she could take care of that for me.
how? Hypnosis.
I'm good, actually.
Are you ready for this?
How bad can it be?
So look, I go do my research. Apparently, a whole bunch of brothers been missing in this suburb.
That's cool.
Bro, how you not scared of this, man?
Good to see another brother in my day. Chris was just telling me how he felt much more comfortable with my baby. Get out. Sorry, man. Get out! Yo! We gotta go.
Is everything okay?
Rose, the keys. Just get the keys.
I don't know where they are.
Rose!
Sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
There's too many white people are getting nervous.
The movie came out, you see what they do is they put it in front of you to test with it now to see where you are.
Yeah.
They'll put exactly what they do right in front of you. You sit in the theater eating fit buttered popcorn. You understand what I'm saying? And movie is dropping so much science it gets right past us.
Yeah.
And some of us are still in the sunken place.
That's right. That's right.
No, we are.
That's right.
It's everything in the movie is already transpired. It's happening right now.
Yeah.
They've been organ harvesting. They've been doing that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a very, very real thing. It's happening. The brother said, I can take 10 more minutes. All right? Hold on. I got to move past some of this because I want to get to this other point that I want to make. All right? As y'all can see, I came like, I got about 100 more slides, but we only going to do about 4. Dr. Wade Noble says power is the ability to define reality and to have other people respond to your definition as if it were their own. All right? Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never has, and it never will. We have to begin to accept our past, which are our rituals and our traditions, without regret. Handle our present. All right? Whatever we face with today with confidence, and we need to face our future without fear. Emil Cocker-Brawl said, hide nothing from the masses of our people, tell no lies, expose lies whenever they are told, mask no difficulties, mistakes, failures, claim no easy victory. Because it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. All right, come on, you can give it up. Nelson Mandela said you can tell the soul of a people by how it treats its children. But how do we treat the children? We need to educate our children beyond the white version of who they made us to be. All right? We must teach our children that it's impossible to fail. All right? Come on now. Toni Morrison says, if you can only be tall because someone else is on their knees, then you have a serious problem. And white people have a very serious problem. Only way you're tall is because you're keeping me on my knees. You keep telling me pull myself up by my bootstraps and I don't have no boots.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to do. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's very real, man. It's very real. A man's mind is elevated to the status of the women he associates with. No, I'm going to say that again. A man's mind is elevated to the status of the women that he associates with. No one can make you an inferior person without your permission. It's but by your permission. Are you following me? So what did our brothers and sisters do? All right, we were very innovative. And we told them we could dream like Martin, lead like Harriet, fight like Malcolm, think like Garvey, write like Maya, build like Madam C.J. Walker, speak like Frederick, educate like W.E.B. Du Bois, believe like Thurgood Marshall, and challenge like Rosa Parks. All right? And it's a very realistic thing that we can do. We need to teach our children that we need to kind of approach these things like it's impossible to fail. All right? Failure is not part of the agenda. All right? It's just not part of the agenda. I got about 2 more minutes. I want to show y'all some of the individuals that have moved with that in mind and took not only the celebration of Kwanzaa and its tradition and its principles and moved it forward. We're talking about collective work and responsibility. These are some of the individuals that took that concept and put it into fruition and brought it about and made it very real. Our good brother, Dr. Ben Yakin and Ashe. All right, come on now. Our brother who gave us Stolen Legacy. All right, Dr. George G.M. James, Dr. John Henry Clark. These is only a few. All right. Chancellor Williams gave us Destruction of Black Civilization. My thing is I'm mentioning these people because our children's children are waiting on you to step up to the plate. Marcus Garvey, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, Dr. Amos Wilson, Steve Biko, and I can mention many more, Dr. Cheikh Diop, Ivan Van Sertima. And keep in mind, brothers and sisters, you can never out-devil the devil. You can't, all right, so it's best that we just kind of get it together while we're here, while we can. Your belief in the system makes the system real. And we have to understand something. And if it did this to our people, then the system is real. History of a people's memory. Without the memory, man is demoted to the lower animals. And you can see by the picture what it's done to us in living color. All right? When did the morals of the people decline? When the culture and the music and the food decline, and our spiritual concept decline, all right? All then and only then. I remember back in the day when I was growing up, if you went to kick it to a sister, you had to have the gift of gab, man. You had to look like something. Nowadays, we celebrate the rapper, which is the non-rapper. So the less you can rap, the more popular you are. So that means you have to do everything else to become popular. So let's keep these particular things in mind. I'm going to move real quick. Distraction. The TV will bombard you with images that will turn you into a superficial human slave. And this is very real. And they would award or reward you for your service. And when they received these for the roles that they played in Hollywood, madams, abusive moms, singers, abusive, phony psychics, maids, and slaves. Or they'll take your men and put them in skirts and dresses. Come on now. I can't dive into it too much. I know I'm in the church. Maybe I can come back and we can talk about this in a closed door meeting. Is that cool? The new rap artist challenge. Can you pen an entire album without mentioning cocaine, cars, clothes, and some other stuff? Garden tools, all right? Can we do that? Or gun violence against another black man? All right? Because the landscape and the dynamics of this is changing. Can I say something real quick? I'm going to have a conversation with Doc about coming back to talk about the musicology. The weaponization of black music. And how it's affecting our children. But let me say this. These songs, I'm going to just say this and leave it alone. These songs that y'all are hearing by these very masculine, sexualized women, men are writing those songs. Tell me I'm lying. My phone number is 678-557-2919. Hit me up and tell me I'm lying. So when you're hearing it, you're seeing it from the inside, it's like, oh, okay, we see why some of these songs, very hurt, weak men are writing these songs for these women. Got these women on a conveyor belt. And all of them trying to live up and be Little Kim. Who came after Little Kim? Foxy Brown. Who came after Foxy? Nicki Minaj, then who? Cardi B, then? You said the hot girls? Well, that's a side issue. They the cheerleaders. Who came? Meg Thee Stallion? And then grooming a few more now. They on a conveyor belt. It's the same chick over and over. And we're talking about stripper culture. Am I right or wrong? See, we can't really talk about it in church, but we're going to talk about it, though. Doc, I'll be back to talk about it. Women rappers becoming the stripper culture. Culture bandits and the culture vultures. How do you put the murder of the self-consciousness into a mathematical equation? How do we measure the monetary value of menticide? This is the end. Rebuild Black Wall Street. Build Black communities. Rebuild Black schools. Support Black-owned businesses. Support Black artists. Support Black people. Educate Black youth. All right? Because if you really look at what's going on, it's very dynamic. Uber and Lyft, they don't own no cars. That's a concept. You own the car, right or wrong? No, we really need to think about that.
Come on with it.
Airbnb, they don't own no homes. You own the home. You could have did the Airbnb thing on your own. No, I'm right or wrong? That's just a small concept I wanted to drop on you. That's all. Life's goals.
Yeah.
Hold on. Twerking is not a talent. Stripping is not a culture. The term thought doesn't make sense. You don't have to turn up every day all the time and get lit. Come on now. Stop buying J's and you walking and taking a bus. Money is not everything. You aren't an Instagram model having a twerk. All right? You don't have to have a fans only page. Nobody wants to book you for SID, strategic high intensity training. Don't open another boutique or hair salon. Do the hair in your kitchen like our mama's mama used to do. Make the dinners out of your own kitchen and sell them. Alright? Frauding will get you nowhere. Matching shoes don't mean a damn thing in a relationship. Or belt buckles. Alright? Your kids cussing on the viral internet videos isn't cute, and it shows, no seriously, it shows you your parenting skills. Ain't worth a thing. Being pregnant, lesbian isn't logical. Alright? Anyway, blessed are those that struggle. Oppression is worse than the grave. It's better to live and die or die for a noble cause than to live and die a slave. Asante Sana, thank y'all very much, brothers and sisters. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am deeply honored to be in your presence. Thank you.
You talk about minister of information. Come on, stand on your feet. Stand on your feet. Put your hands together. Keep standing there. I'm gonna come real quick. Come quick, guy. Come quick, guy. Come quick, guy. Come quick, guy. Go ahead.
Real quick, I just want to thank Professor Griff. Can we give him another round of applause? I want to speak real briefly about just how we are and just where we are and how we can move forward. We talk about it. How can we move forward? We first of all have to stop being scared of each other. You understand what I'm saying? We have to stop allowing people to tell us who we are. Yes. A great pimp said, wherever the mind goes, the body follows. So physically, slavery stopped, but psychologically, they still got us. We got to be able to collectively, right? Partner together. It's really, really easy. It only takes $10,000 to start a Chick-fil-A. That's it. You get 5 people, that's $2,000 a piece. At the end of the year, because Chick-fil-A does all the work, at the end of the year, you get $35,000. You take $10,000 of that $35,000, and you start your own. That gives you $130,000 to yourself. That's $150,000 a year. It's just that simple. $2,000. You don't spend $2,000 on Jordans. The PlayStation alone costs $600. I am very blessed. I'm very blessed to work at one of the top marketing companies on earth. And what I learned is that you don't even have an original thought. You think that you do. I sat there in a room and watched 10 white people tell a black man the strategic way to take a stylist out of a phone based on how they perceive black people. these H&M ads and stuff like that, that's not a mistake. I sat in a room where 48 people chose the light-skinned black man and the white redhead intentionally. They're doing this on purpose. That's why when you see commercials, you don't see a black family. It's on purpose.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, they're playing chess. We still playing chess. That's the problem. We gotta find a way to partner with other people and collect. The SCLC only started with like 60 people, essentially. It don't take a lot. But stop being afraid of each other. Start loving one. You gotta start protecting black women. Period. You have to. There's no other way but that. You gotta start with that. Anybody heard last thing? Anybody heard of Gssfc? Right. See, they're beating us with technology. Gssfc, you can put in anything and it will write it itself. It just launched about a month ago. It has over 5 million users. It's AI. It's already writing how we perceive it. But when you put in things about black people, it already has a bias. Your phone has a bias already from biometrics and everything else. So we sitting here playing checkers. We think we're doing something, but we just talking loud and saying nothing. Let's group together and let's make something happen. You know, I'm down. You don't take much. Just a plan, strategy, and execution. That's where we at. We're the same people that created the microphone, the phone that's in your pocket, the screens. All of that's us. We created all of that. There's these video games that came from us. How can people that created all of that end up like this?
Come on, put your hand together for my son. Listen, we're about to go back. Thank you, Alphonse. We're about to go. Listen, thank you for, come on, give yourself a black hand. Come on, give yourself a black hand. And you know what? I'm looking forward to Professor Griff coming here as long as he wants to come. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all hear that? The Minister of Information. Did he give us some information? Come on, put your hand together. I mean, I'm talking about this brother. Listen, did you listen? I hope you were strengthened tonight. Listen, this brother told us the truth.
Yes, sir.
And the truth is always liberating. It's liberating. It's liberating. And as he said, you know, take it home. And if you didn't get it all, take it home. Warm it up. Warm it up. And then look at it again. All right? Listen. Love you, family. We're getting ready to go out. We got HB. Yeah, you got it. Y'all got a tray. Yeah. All right. You know how to do it in church or in the mosque. Yeah. On your way out, if you're so inclined, be sure to drop something in the bucket. All right. All right. Y'all ready for Haranda? Ready to go? Listen, this brother here, I don't know about you. Anybody in here, I'm ready to do something. Anybody here ready to do something? Okay, you know how we do it. We do it. Harambe, 1, right? And then we do it the 7th time, we hold it. Ready? Harambe.